Welcome back, Psych Dude family. It's good seeing each and every one of you guys today. So recently someone messaged me on my inbox asking me, would I ever consider becoming a psychiatrist after becoming a Psych NP? And my first initial thoughts are, hell yeah, I already have the knowledge base. I'll be able to have that prestigious title after my name, MD, and be able to be a board certified psychiatrist. Think about it, a board certified psychiatrist. And honestly, that would probably be the dream at this point. But on the other hand, after thinking about it even longer, is would it really be worth it? So let's break it down. So I would have to go 4 years of medical school, 4 years of residency, and then prior to even medical school, I have to do the prereqs all over again, because sometimes that time frame of those certain prerequisites don't necessarily count, especially within a certain period of time. So I would have to do that, and that would take anywhere from a year to 2 years, minimum a year. So having to go through all of that, it would probably have to take me 9 years total. So 9 years of not going to school or not working and having to deal with the amount of hours that they have to put. So you always have to think about opportunity cost. And that's the biggest component, especially with already being a Psych NP and having to convert to becoming a psychiatrist. So the amount of time and money I'm losing, especially within the 8 years of residency and medical school combined, I'm gonna be losing a lot of time, especially of time away from my family, time away from my friends, time away from just being me or like living my lifestyle, and the amount of money I'm gonna be losing. The amount of money I'm making right now, it's not bad. It is honestly not bad, but the amount of money I'll be making as a resident, let's just say I won't be making anything as a resident. And it's unfortunate because the amount of work that they do a lot. But with that being said, if I were gonna do it all over again, and if I were at least the age probably 21 or 22, I probably would, just because I'll have that opportunity. I probably wouldn't have a family then, or maybe just a wife but not a son, and I wouldn't be as much involved as in my career as a Psych NP, and it'll open up so many different opportunities because I can still live with my parents, I can still live at home and not have all of these obligations that I currently have right now. If I were gonna do it, then I totally would do it around that age, because I have pretty much life ahead of me. So right now, I'm in the younger side of 30, and honestly, right now I probably wouldn't do it. So let's take a look at time. So it's gonna be what? 1 year of prereqs, 4 years of residency, and then another 4 years of medical school prior to residency. So that's 9 years. Adding the 9 years to my age right now, it'll put me at the higher end of 30s or beginning of 40s. So let's just say I'm gonna be 39, because I'm 30 years old right now. So I would be 39, and then being a board certified psychiatrist, I'd be 40 years old. Yes, it's relatively young, but at the same time, you have to think about all the time lost. You have to think about all the money you're actually losing, and I still paying my student loans, and I would be struggling, especially with that lifestyle, and I'd probably end up losing way more money in the long run, especially having to pay for medical school, having to pay all my bills through residency, things like that. It's not even worth it to me. It's probably not. It's nice. Honestly, I would love that title. I would love to become a psychiatrist. I would love to be a medical doctor, and having that knowledge and background, I would absolutely love it. But knowing what I know now, and the age that I'm at now, and the time, how valuable time is with my family, I wouldn't do it. And that's the straight up answer. I wouldn't do it. But if you were going to tell me, like I said earlier, at 20 years old, if you're going to do it, and even if I was a Psych NP, totally I would do it. I would totally do it, and I wouldn't skip a beat. I would totally go for it and becoming a psychiatrist. I know everyone has their different thoughts and opinions on whether or not they would do it, and I've talked to some psych NPs and I've talked to other like FNPs and asking them if they would do it, and a majority of them would say hell no. But you'll meet those one-offs who are saying, yeah, I'll do it, let's do it. Like, medical school is obtainable and becoming a doctor has always been their dream, so they were even thinking about it. And I know some FNPs that actually became MDs and are in residency program right now, and they said they would do it 100% all over again if they had a chance to, and if it was going to happen again. They don't regret it. But on the other hand, you'll meet some other doctors that'll say, oh, I regret going to medical school, I should have just went to nursing school and became an NP, because of the amount of debt they're in. It's way higher compared to what they would have expected, especially with interest and all of those things. But it is, everyone has their own opinion, everyone has their own ideas on what they want to be, what they want to do. But straight up, I probably wouldn't, just thinking about it now, because it's not necessarily worth it, especially with all the knowledge I know and the amount of time I have off now. Like, I have so much free time now, and I'm still making way more money than I was than as an RN, and you can't take that away from it. And the lifestyle I live now, I live a certain lifestyle where I'm enjoying the things that I have, and I'm enjoying the time I have with family, and I'm enjoying the time I have with friends. And you can't say the same when you're gonna have sorry, I'm getting a little sick. And you can't say the same for people that are going through medical school and residency. It's like their whole life is based around that, and it's understandable. Like, if you're just watching this video and you're the early stages of trying to choose a career and you wanted to go throughout that process and you're younger, I would say by all means become a medical doctor and go that route. But if you're in the latter years and you're already a psych NP or you're already an FNP, things like that, just stick to what you're doing and enjoy what you have now, especially with friends, family, and the freedom you have and autonomy you have as a nurse practitioner or even a physician assistant. Yes, the physician assistant, if you were going to change it up as PAs, the better part about being a PA is you don't necessarily need all of those hours compared to, you need a lot of hours, but then you can go straight into that program right after your bachelor's. So for me, I went bachelor's and then went to entry-level master's, and then I went ahead and got my Psych NP degree. So that was what, my bachelor's was 4 years, my entry-level master's was almost 3 years, and then you're talking about another 3 years for becoming a Psych NP. I know there's shorter routes, but then that was just how I had it. So that's a total of 10 years. But you take into consideration if you're being a PA, you can do 4 years of undergrad and then go into a 2-year program. So that's only 6 years. So if you were going to go to medical school and then residency, it makes sense to, if I were going to make that transition. But as a Psych NP or NP, it probably doesn't make as much sense because, like I said, even if you get your BSN in 4 and then you get your MSN in 3 years, so that's already 7 years. So maybe it makes sense that route, but then not my route because that's way too many years of schooling, and I'm still going back to school right now for my DNP just so I can have that degree under my name. But it is a terminal degree, and I like the fact that I can use that as my terminal degree and not have to go back to school anymore. But I feel like I'm off topic now. But if you're in your early stages and you're either an RN or you're just in the medical field as a RT or a LVN, CNA, and you're young and you have that opportunity to go to medical school and go that route, I would totally do it. Jump on it, especially if you don't have a family, if you don't have so many obligations in terms of having a house, a car, a family, or and you still have the opportunity to live at home. By all means, go that route, go to medical school, But if you have a lot of obligations in terms of you want to spend more time, freedom, and have the time with family, friends, and have enough time for yourself, then probably would not go that route. Well, guys, I just want to give you my opinion. I know some people might not agree and some people might agree, but I just wanted to give you my opinion on whether or not I would go back to medical school and go become a psychiatrist. But there's a huge but if I was able to get medical school paid off for free, then I totally would, because that's 4 years of free medical school, and then you just go into residency where you're still getting paid. I would totally do that. It doesn't even matter. That's not even a question. I would totally go to medical school. But since I would probably have to pay for medical school and add more debt to what I was, if I were gonna make that decision, nah, screw that. It's not even worth it. Like, I'd rather just live my lifestyle, being content with being a psych NP and loving what I do, because I get to combine both the nursing model and the medical model and incorporating that into my care, and I can still teach. Shoot, I'll take that any day. Well, as always, guys, have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day, and enjoy the weekend. Enjoy time with your family, enjoy times with your friends, and if you have to study hard, but still take time for yourself and being the best person that you can be. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.